All right, welcome. This is the first official video of the channel. So, this is talking about it with me, Justin Gardner. So, kind of what I want this first video to be about is what goes on in my head versus the solution that I offer. What my gig is water filtration, water biological filtration, in fact. Takes down to the nano level of all the contaminants, pharmaceuticals, herbicides, pesticides, you name it, whatever's in the water, arsenic, lead, cadmium. I work for a company called PureWay Filtration, and they have the leading edge on hyper water filtration. So we'll get into that later, but first, why I'm with this company. So, under regulation of microplastics in food, water, and packaging, I had ChatGPT go out, focus on drinking water, food, packaging, and all exposure routes. And in 7 minutes and 16 sources, 81 searches, it came back with just a slew of, information and links to back it all up. So, like say for instance, I can burn through some documents real fast, some articles. So this is out of Sanford Medicine. And we could look to this. This is January 29th, 2025. Yeah, so microplastics are described as fragments up to 5 millimeters long. These are inescapable. It's an estimated 10 to 40 million metric tons of these particles are released into the environment. 10 to 40 metric tons of microplastics are released into the environment every year. And if current trends continue, that number could double by 2040. Okay, it's 15 years. So, most come from larger plastic items that break down over time, while some are added directly to products we use, such as paint, cleansers, and your toothpaste. Not all of them, but still, that's absurd. Any. So yeah, this is seems to be a pretty good article. And I can keep that up for later. Go back. Let's see what else we got here. Microplastics in the drinking water. Has infiltrated drinking water supplies worldwide. 2017. A global survey, 83% of tap water samples from over a dozen countries contain microplastic fibers. This is from The Guardian. Yep. %83 of the samples were contaminated with plastic fibers. The U.S. had the highest contamination rate at 94%, with plastic fibers found in the tap water sample at sites including Congress Building, the U.S. Environmental Protection their headquarters, and Trump Tower. Surprise, surprise. In New York, Lebanon, and India had the next highest rates. So, UK, Germany, and France had the lowest contamination rate, but this was still 72%. The average number of fibers found in each 500 milliliter sample ranged from 4.8 in the US to 1.9 in Europe. Yep. Ubiquitous extent of microplastic contamination in the global environment. So this is a magnifying image of microfibers from washing machine effluent. One study found that a fleece jacket can show. Oh man, we're all fucked. Yep. A fleece jacket. Okay. Yeah, check your lint trap. Oh, that's just a bunch of plastic, apparently. A separate small study in the Republic of Ireland released in June also found microplastic contamination in a handful of tap water and well samples. Okay, here we go. Pictures. Okay. Uganda. Microplastics are known to contain and absorb toxic chemicals. On research from wild animals shows they're released in the body. Yeah. How microplastics end up in drinking water is for now a mystery, but the atmosphere is one obvious source. Wood fibers shed by the everyday wear and tear off vehicles, clothes and carpets. Tumble dryers are another potential source, with almost 80% of U.S. households having dryers that usually vent to the open air. Yeah. So it's everyone using their dryers. Put a ban on the dryers. Plastic fibers flushed into water systems, with a recent study finding each cycle of wash machine could release 700,000 fibers in the environment. Rains could also sweep up microplastic pollution, which they, I believe this is the article right here. Nope. Did I lose it? No, I think I lost it. I had one earlier about rain, water. Anyway, back to ChatGPT. Bottled water can even contain more microplastics than tap water. Duh. A 2018 analysis of 259 bottled waters from 19 locations on 5 continents found that 93% of bottled water samples had microplastic contamination. Let's see what the WHO's doing. World Health Organization has announced a review into the potential risks in banning. No, not banning. Where did I see banning? Of plastic in drinking water, after a new analysis of some of the world's most popular bottled water brands found more than 90% contain tiny pieces of plastic. Yeah, okay. So, microplastics in food packaging. There we go. TV dinners, anyone? So yeah, beyond the drinking water, microplastics have been detected in a wide array of foods and beverages, often the result of environmental contamination or shedding from packaging. Sea salt and seafood are well-known examples. A 2018 study on global table salts found microplastics in 36 of 39 brands tested. So our salt's got plastic in it. Great. The highest levels were found in sea salts from regions with heavy plastic pollution, but even lake and rock salts were frequently contaminated. Research estimated that the average adult consuming typical amounts of salt could ingest around 2,000 microplastic particles per year just from salt. Damn. Alright. I think we get the gist on food packaging. Yep. Cutting or scraping plastic packaging or microwaving food in plastic may produce microscopic debris that mingles with the food. Research have found that plastic bottle caps are a significant source of microplastics. I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. While plastics are engineered to be food safe in terms of acute toxicity, their physical degradation into microsized I think my mouse cursor overextends when I'm trying to get the next line. It jumps Anyway, I'll work on that. Let's see, regulatory policies and gaps in the U.S. What am I trying to do here? Yeah, well. All right. Oh, human ingestion and secretion. A small pilot study in 2018 detected microplastics in human stool samples from multiple countries, confirming that we ingest does pass through us, so it didn't assess absorption. This is followed by findings of microplastics in human placenta, 2022, indicating exposure even before birth. So the babies can't get around the babies. Yep, human blood. It's in every single thing. In conclusion, microplastics have stealthily infiltrated our water, food, and bodies over the past decades, and society is only now coming to grips with the implications. The scientific consensus acknowledged pervasive exposure and suggested potential health risks, especially from the tiniest particles, but definitive answers are still forthcoming. This uncertainty, combined with technical challenges in measurement and mitigation, has led to underregulation of microplastics to date. In the U.S., neither drinking water nor food regulators have set clear rules, taking a watch and research stance. Sit back and watch. Globally, efforts are underway to monitor and reduce microplastic pollution, but enforceable limits for ingestion exposures are still absent. So, recent microplastic contamination discoveries in the last year continue to turn up in unexpected places. Over the last 12 months, scientists have published numerous studies revealing widespread contamination in our food, water, and air. Below is an organized summary of the latest findings, including surprising exposure sources. Newly detected contamination is consumables, airborne microplastics, and advances in detection methods. So, yep, food and beverage, disposable cups, chewing gum. Chewing gum is an unexpected source. Turns out chewing gum exposes us to microplastics. Modern gum bases are often made from synthetic polymers, plastic resins, and a pilot study presented at the ACS Spring 2025 conference revealed that each piece of gum can shed hundreds to thousands of microplastics particles into the chewer's saliva. Both natural chicle-based and synthetic gums showed this effect. I've chewed a lot of gum in my time. On average, 100 microplastic fragments were released per gram of gum. So 100, okay. But some gums shed up to 600 particles per gram, meaning a single large piece, almost 5 grams, could release 3,000 particles while chewing. Researchers in UCLA estimated that a frequent gum chewer, 160 to 180 pieces per year, might ingest on the order of 30,000 microplastic particles annually just from gum. I am going to No, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So what article is this? ACS. Alright. Bottle caps and packaging contamination. Surprisingly, even metal bottle caps on glass beverage bottles have been identified as a microplastic source. July of 2025, France's National Food Safety Agency, ANSES, reported that polyester-based paint coatings on metal caps shed tiny plastic flakes into the drinks. Peer-reviewed studies published in the Science and Total Environment tested beer, wine, water, soft drinks, and different container types. All beverages contain microplastics, but liquids in glass bottles with metal caps had the highest levels, about 50 times more particles in the same drinks than plastic. So that's kind of backwards. The microplastic fragments in glass bottled drinks match the color and polymer composition of the cap linings, implicating that the cap as a paint is the source. In contrast, plastic bottles with plastic caps showed far fewer particles, since plastic caps don't use the brittle paint used on metal ones. Okay, that makes sense. This finding points to unexpected packaging culprit and suggests a simple fix. Rinsing caps during production could substantially reduce contamination in bottled beverages. Okay, let's check this out. Laser imaging to check out plastic particles in bottled water. Huh. I get my hand on one of those. Laser-based imaging reveals microplastics, colored fragments in a plastic water bottle. Nanoplastics in bottled water. A team at Columbia University developed a novel laser imaging technique to spot extremely small plastic particles using stimulated Raman scattering microscopy. They probed water bottle brands and discovered an average of 240,000 plastic per bottle. All right, let's try this. Yeah, I think I looked this one. Yeah, National Institute of Health. I mean, it just keeps going, people. So, yeah, if you've made it this far, subscribe, comment, engage with me. We can hook up over Zoom calls, discuss things. I don't know what. So, yeah, I think that's gonna. Oh, before this video is out, this is our PureWay water system. So it's got no electric requirements, no salt, no chemicals, no service contracts, no wastewater. It's a low cost, it's a small footprint with high flow rate and ultra filtration. We use 10 technologies inside of one 3-stage system. So up front, we have stage 1. It says 4 technologies in it, and it prepares your water at the molecular level, clearer, cleaner, and prime for transformation. You can scan this QR code if you'd like. Stage 2, there's 3 technologies, where the chemistry gets tactical, neutralizing the invisible and protecting what you can't see. And then our stage 3 is our nano armor, and it's the final defense, bioprotected, polished, and perfect. So here's a look at our stage 1. This is primary contamination capture and conditioning. PureWay prepares the water for action, enhancing effectiveness in removing contaminants right at this initial stage. Stage 1 utilizes media that temporarily lowers the water's pH, boosting targeted contamination capture by over 30%. This preconditioning step not only improves the performance of subsequent stages, but also addresses sediment, metals, chemicals, scaling minerals, establishing solid foundation for what follows. So these things are designed, tailored for specific purpose. First, it runs through the scale shield. This is a salt-free scale prevention, so it takes the place of a water softener. Converts hardness minerals into stable microcrystals. Prevents lime scale without salt, electricity, or backflushing. And then you have the metal shield. This is metals and arsenic reduction. Taking out metals like lead, arsenic, copper, phosphates. It uses redox and surface bonding to neutralize threats. And then it goes into the chemical shield. So this is chemical and VOC filtration. Volatile organic compounds like fluoride and all your forever chemicals. Slightly lowering pH level to capture more contaminants. Targets volatile organic compounds, pesticides, herbicides, and solvents. And it's a hybrid carbon resin blend for deeper chemical removal. The particle shield is microfiltration and sediment control. Captures turbidity, rust, and particulates down to submicron levels. Protects plumbing and increases the system lifespan. Here's stage 2. This is the chemistry of clean. Chemical filtration and pH balancing stage that stands out from the rest. This is where the chemistry gets tactical. Stage 2 takes on the invisible, hard to remove stuff from PFAS to chlorine byproducts to pharmaceuticals. It's a powerhouse reactive media that dismantles what most filters miss and can't take up. So in this stage, there's 3 technologies in action. The water hits 3 performance media designed by chemical warfare at a molecular level. This ZVI is a redox plus an absorption powerhouse. This combines zero-valent iron with catalytic carbon. This destroys the PFAS, chlorine, the THMs, also known as trihalomethanes, lead, and other heavy metals. Neutralizes disinfection byproducts faster and more completely than standard carbon. The next stage is the pH core. This is conditioning and pharmaceutical capture. This balances acidic water to neutral, protecting pipes and skin. Traps the hormone disruptors, pharmaceuticals, and hard to remove organic. Proprietary open pore structure for wide range of contaminant removal. High speed chlorine neutralization. Instantly relax. This is the ChloroGuard with the neutralization. Instantly reacts with chlorine and chloramine. Works at a high flow and high temperature, so it's perfect for the showers. And improves water taste and odor without chemicals or waiting. Stage 3 is the bio barrier and finishing polish. Final polish. This is the final line of defense where PureWay great tasting water shines through. Stage 3 uses medical grade nanotech to stop the microscopic threats that other systems can't when finishes with a clean, crisp polish. So this goes through 3 advanced technologies designed to eliminate microscopic biological threats and leave nothing behind but pure. So the nano armor is your microscopic pathogen capture. This uses electropositive nanofibers to attract and trap viruses, bacteria, and cysts. This is a mechanical plus an electrical charge equals an unmatched submicron protection. Your medical grade defense that works without slowing down your flow. Next up is Aegeon Silver. This is a built-in biofilm suppression. Ionized silver embedded into the filter media. Naturally prevents microbial growth and biofilm. Keeps the inside of your system clean and hygienic. And then the final one is the nanocarbon. This is your final taste, odor, and chemical polish. It's magnesium enriched carbon for enhanced chemical absorption. Removes trace VOCs, off flavors, and lingering toxins, leaving your water smooth, crisp, and refreshing. And this is just a nice graphic to show stage 1, 2, and 3 from path from dirty to drinkable. Yeah, the science of sequence. These things are in an array for one to build off the next. No overstripping, no chemical residue, just clean, mineral-rich, pH-balanced water. Nano Armor, breakthrough technology. This is inside. This is down to the molecular level. It needs no electricity. It operates at as low as 1.36 psi. There's zero backflushing in wastewater. Replaces membrane systems without stripping the water bare. So this is patented, revolutionary, capturing nano-sized contaminants while maintaining high flow rates, unlike competitors that slow down due to smaller pore openings. This exclusive PureWay technology, previously limited to medical settings, now allows PureWay to provide advanced filtration at home. So this is the power behind the protection. This is what happens when science meets obsession. Nano Armor isn't here to just trap contaminants, it's here to rewrite the rules of water filtration. Born from the labs that protect patients and precision industries, Nano Armor bridges elite level performance at home. Quietly, powerfully, without compromise. This is designed for homes, but inspired by hospitals. While others marketed advanced filters, only Nano Armor delivers the kind of performance that one required expensive, slow systems with electricity-hungry membranes. This molecular filtration is engineered for the real world. So, effortlessly defends against forever chemicals, heavy metals, chlorine byproducts, micro and nanoplastics, bacteria, virus, and pathogens. This works smarter, no electricity, no backflushing, and no wasted water. This feels better, tastes clean, feels light, protects skin and lungs, and performs longer with 10x dirt holding capacity than traditional filters. So just because legal doesn't mean safe. We go after what the EPA doesn't. Your closest city doesn't test what most other significant systems can't catch, and keeping what your body needs. So it keeps the calcium, bones, nerves, and heart health, magnesium for muscle function and hydration, and trace minerals for real energy and electrolyte balance support. And it removes everything here again that we've discussed. Yep, so this is the 99.99% club because it reduces everything down to the 99.99% level. So there's a QR you can scan for our lab reports. They're all valid. Third-party testing. And yeah, so that's the end of that. Here we have the EWG and the actual water report. There's 8 contaminants that exceed health guidelines. And those are bromodichloromethane. It's got chloroform at 83x. It's the city of Asheville, North Carolina. These halyacidic acids, 656x and 369x. This is the ewg.org/tap water. And you can put in your local zip code and find your town. See what's going on with your water. And I'm also going to be doing episodes where I scout the worst water in the country, the worst municipalities in the country. So I believe with that, this is the end of first episode. Thank you.